Hello, 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 welcome to Firearms of America, and today I have a pair of Rockies in front of me, and this is Rocky Retraction hunting boots. Alright, let's take a look. So here they are. We have in a really cool Realtree color configuration. They look very nice. Definitely feel the quality right out of the box. If you don't have a whole lot of 15 minutes or however long this review is going to be to watch this review, I understand, that's fine. People are busy. Just a few things. If you want these boots, they're good. You can buy them. I approve of them. But keep in mind, these boots do run a little bit too big. Probably about half a size too big. So I always get, for example, my boots in size 10. This size 10 is actually probably like a whole size bigger, probably closer to size 11. So I would go to probably size 9.5 to kind of get it in the right size for myself. Other than that, everything else is great. So down with the busy people. Let me do some introduction. This review, as some of you already know, is specifically for my ultimate survival boots section. Now, your survival boots, yes, as you can imagine, would be the boots that you would put on for your survival. If you had to, if that was the last pair that you put on before you ran out of your house, during the war, during a natural disaster, whatever, you don't realize how important boots are until something bad happens. I can tell you guys by my own personal experience, whenever we had the Hurricane Irma hit us really bad in this area, and we didn't have light for like 3 weeks, and I had to go out and go through the puddles of water to get some water with a bucket to bring in the house so that we could at least have some water around the house, because we didn't have no water, obviously, because the electricity was down. I was wearing my very uncomfortable, absolutely terribly uncomfortable work boots that I had at that time. So you don't realize how much boots are important until you really need a good pair of boots. Anyway, this is what the review is going to be about. And how we're going to determine it is we're going to determine it by 8 different criterias. The very first one being the comfort level. So, how comfortable are these boots? Now, as you can imagine, you can probably already see these boots do come with some serious weight. So they are definitely on the heavier side. So if you're not used to heavier boots, these boots might not be for you. But with all the heaviness, of course, there are a lot of features that come with it, and we're going to talk about this later. But speaking of comfort, weight is definitely something that impacts the comfort, so I thought I would mention it here. Now, in order to test the comfort of the boots, my test that I do is a 3-mile run, and then right after a 5-mile walk, and the total wear time is about 7 to 8 hours. Now, obviously, because of the weight of these boots, it was pretty hard to run in them. I got tired probably after a mile of running. Now, because the bottom sole is fairly flexible, as you can see, it's very flexible. I can just easily bend it. It was possible to run properly in this boot, so that's definitely a plus. Now, whenever it comes to the inner sole, let's try to get to it. It is a very nice jelly inner sole, and if you think about the jelly inner soles, and if you have experience with Ortholite from Salomon or Copron, for example, from Under Armour, you know how it's jelly, but at the same time firm. So it's jelly a little bit, and then there's firmness. This inner sole is actually more on the jellier side, so it's not very firm. It's more soft and jelly, and you kind of get that sleeper, like you're wearing the sleepers feeling. Very comfortable. Boots are very comfortable. I did have a little bit of discomfort in the shaft with that just rubbing on the sheens, but that problem can easily be solved with some heavier and longer socks. Pretty straightforward. Okay, so we're done with the comfort. Overall, on the comfort level, I would give these boots a 7 out of 10. I think I do like the flexible bottom sole, and I do like a very nice jelly inner sole. Now, the weight obviously takes away from that comfort level, and a little bit of irritation with the shaft. Now, the criteria number 2 is proofing and protection. Now, these boots are waterproof. It's not Gore-Tex or anything fancy like that. No, it's actually the Rocky's own waterproofing technology. And as you can see, the tongue is gusseted right here, probably about 6 inches. Now, the boots are 8 inches tall, if I didn't mention it. If you want to look at all the specifications, all those numbers, they're in the description below. But it's about 5-6 inches. The tongue is gusseted, so if you step in a puddle that is 5-6 inches deep, you are gonna be nice and dry. And speaking of being nice and dry, these boots are also insulated. They have 800 grams of insulation. It's a Thinsulate, and basically Thinsulate is that really cool technology where you don't really need a lot of stuff going around the boots to kind of give you that insulation. No, it's very thin material that goes inside of the body of the boot and keeps you warm. So pretty good. Again, if you considering this boots for some colder temperatures, you will be pretty good. And it's obviously part of protection because it protects you from cold temperature. Also, speaking of protection, we do have some reinforced toe going all the way up to about right here. So if you drop something heavy, you definitely are protected. It is very nicely reinforced, so very good. There is also some reinforcement here at the back on the heel. Again, if you hit something, for example, you slip on a rock and hit your heel, you are nicely protected. Now the ankles, there isn't much, but there is this leather design going, so it kind of gives you a little bit of support and extra protection. Not much, but still you do have a little bit of extra there. Okay, number 3, let's talk about the quality and the design features. Now, quality. The Rockies, they're a great brand. They have been around forever, I believe since like 30s, 1932, if I'm correct. So they've been around for a while. They do have a lot of experience in the field, and you can definitely tell in the quality. Nothing is messed up. There is no glue sticking out anywhere. There are no weird strings sticking out anywhere. Everything looks very nicely built. Now, whenever it comes to some design features, there are certain things that I am not a big fan of, but it is really a personal preference, I think. So let's talk about the strings a little bit and the hooks. As you can see, the hooks, which are, by the way, heavy duty plastic. Hope that doesn't bother you. I know some people, they talk bad things about heavy duty plastic and the hooks because it can easily snap. I don't think it can easily snap. I think you have just as much chance of snapping them just as metal ones. Anyway, as you can see, they do feature this hook right here with this sort of a locking mechanism when you go in, so the string kind of locks in place. It catches onto the hook, which is nice because you do want that separation. It basically helps you to have a different tension here, and it makes it easier to tighten. But here's the thing that I'm not a big fan of. These hooks, which is a lot of them, we have 4 pairs of hooks going on the side. All of these hooks, besides these ones, they all have that locking, and you might get a little bit tired of, if you need to stop somewhere and retighten to kind of release the tension, it might get pretty annoying to go through each hook and just tighten it in place. Now, on the other hand, it makes it easier to tighten, but that's why I said it really comes down to it, being personal preference. If you like it, you like it. If you don't like it, you don't like it. So let's move on to the next one, the criteria number 4, and it's the outsole traction and stability. Now, I am very impressed with the outsole of this boot. It is very good. I think it's just really, really good. It's just fantastic. I can't really say anything else about it. The grooves are, they have a very good balance between the aggression and between the flatness. As you can see, now I tested these boots in several different terrains. It was the asphalt, tarmac, it was the sand, it was the trail, your typical trail layout, dry leaves, some wet grass, rocky road, and they perform very nicely on all of them. They also are pretty nice and grippy on shiny surfaces like tile and marble. They perform very well. Now, obviously, I live in Florida, so I couldn't test them in the snow and some ice, but I think it is enough aggression and enough of flatness to kind of be good in the snow and in the ice as well. But you guys let me know in the comments below if you do have experience with that. I also really do like the fact that they do have this ridges here on this side and on this side. Basically what it does, it makes it easier to climb some, trees, some rocks, maybe if you need to climb a rope in whatever scenario. As you can see, there is these ridges on the back as well. I just think this overall this bottom sole is great, and at the same time it is very hard. It's a very tough rubber, so it's not like something can penetrate through it. And why I mention it is because it is really flexible. So Rocky, you guys did a great job with the bottom sole. It's just having it so flexible and at the same time so tough, and the great balance. I would give this bottom sole a solid 9 out of 10. Really impressed by it. Okay, let's talk about the number 5, the temperature. Now, again, like I said, because I do live in Florida, I wasn't really able to test these 800 grams of Thinsulate and see how it handles in the cold weather. But in the hot weather, they were not terribly hot. I didn't overheat. It was definitely hot to wear them. It was 95 degrees outside whenever I was running. So it was definitely hot, but not to the point where I was overheating. So not that bad. And again, guys, if you have experience with these boots in a colder temperature, please let me know in the comments below. It will be very helpful for everyone who's watching this review, just to have that information from people around the country. That would be just amazing. Okay, so number 6, really quickly, the sizing, as I have already mentioned, they do run a little bit too big. So make sure you try them. For example, Amazon, they do have, you can just buy 2 or 3 different sizes of these boots and then try them on, see which one fit you the best, and then send the rest for a refund. So with the Amazon, or you can go in the store if you can find them in the store, of course. You can do that and try them on. But I think Amazon makes it great. That's why I like to shop on Amazon and everything. Okay, so done with sizing. Let's talk about the number 7. The criteria number 7 is balance of application, meaning that how good are these boots in general as your survival boots. If this were your last boots that you put on and you had to run and walk out of your house for miles and miles through different terrains in different temperatures, would these boots be a good pair of survival boots? I think these boots would be pretty good. Now, they do offer a lot of protection, and I think whenever we talk about protection and the boots being lightweight, which is the mobility, it's like this two arguing points, right? Like hard left and hard right. We have mobility on one end with no protection, and then we have protection here with no mobility. Obviously, you still do have mobility here, but it's more towards protection because they are on the heavier side. I think people who prefer more protection, they would really appreciate these boots, like I said, because the bottom sole is very tough. There is toe reinforcement, heel reinforcement. The boots are waterproof. They are 8 inches tall, so a lot of protection. People who prefer protection over mobility, they will definitely appreciate these boots. Now, people like me who are more towards mobility, meaning that something lightweight, something fast, where you can run quick, where you can be Jackie Chan fighting, stuff like that. For people like us, these boots are a little bit on the heavier and bulkier and side. So we prefer more of lightweight, more slim and thin and flexible and stuff like that. So personal decision, but overall, quality wise, I think the boots are absolutely amazing, and the features that they offer are absolutely amazing. And now that we get to the criteria number 8, which is the price, you will be even more surprised because these boots are only $100, $99 currently on Amazon. The link is in the description below if you want to check it out. I think the price is, wow, I'm speechless. Crazy because in that price range, all of these features, I have not had a boot on this channel yet that had so many features packed into it at that price point. Now, I've seen some really nice boots with all of these cool features, waterproof and, cool inner sole that kills the bacteria and all of that sort of stuff, with the BOA system, with the toe protection, all of these things at, $160, $200, $250, but at $100 getting all of that, Rocky, I don't know how you guys did it, but you did a fantastic job. I'm sure a lot of people buy these boots because they are budget friendly. Honestly, I mean, $100 is not a small money. I'm not trying to sound, fancy. Not every day I buy shoes that are $100. I buy shoes that are $20. But, but whenever it comes to boots like these, $100 is a very, very good price, and that's what I'm trying to say. So, thank you very much, guys, for watching. Let me know what you think about these boots in the comments below. Would you consider them for your ultimate survival situation or not? Would you consider them as your hunting boots or not? Because as you can see, this design, it will allow you to be nice and invisible in a forest situation whenever you're hunting. So that definitely a good color combination there. Let me know in the comments below. I would really appreciate it. If you found this video useful, please subscribe. This is still a growing channel, so every subscriber definitely counts. This was Firearms of America, and I'll see you guys in the next video.